Today we're going to talk about a few things that might mean that consulting is not for you. I'm going to give you 5 key things that you should bear in mind. Editing Anastasia here because I completely forgot to say, if you're new here, hi, I'm Anastasia. I'm 27 years old, based in London. I work in a Big 4 consulting firm. It's been about 2.5 years of me in this job. So I'm going to speak from my personal experience and I hope some of it is helpful for you. And if you stay towards the end of the video, I'm also going to tell you a few of these things that are particularly valuable to me that I'm struggling with. So let's get into number 1. Huge money early on is probably not going to happen. So if you want something very high paying earlier on, you might be better off going into venture capital or a hedge fund and that finance side of things. Consulting, particularly Big 4, which is where I am, are quite known for not paying super well early on at junior grades. That comes with a huge caveat and disclaimer of I'm very aware that it's a very well-paying job compared to a lot of different industries. So if you are in consulting, you're definitely much more comfortable than a lot of other people. So fully recognize the privilege that it gives you and the stability that it gives you in terms of finances. But the things that you hear about consultants just being absolutely, splashing on things and having a luxurious lifestyle, that is true for partner level, and partner level is a few decades away if you stay on the consulting path. So until you get there, it's very marginal increases from one grade to another, and you might just not be paid as much in consulting, for example in a Big 4, as you would be paid for the same skill set but in industry. Number 2 is if you want stability and certainty day to day. That's not going to happen in consulting. That's been a big thing for me to come to terms with, which I'm still navigating as we speak, 2.5 years in. But things change all the time. For example, your schedule, your clients change, your team changes, your manager changes, and your day-to-day task will change. So bear in mind that if you want predictability of things, you're not going to get that in consulting, especially not at junior grades, because you just have to be very flexible with what you're doing. Following on from that, number 3 is if you know early on a particular thing you want to do, consulting might not be for you because it might just not allow you to have that much say at junior grades about the type of work that you do, the industry you're in, and the specialism that you have. That's been a struggle that I have, and I'll tell you a bit more about this later. The past couple of years have been very tough for consulting. A lot of firms have had layoffs, mine included, and it's just been a tough time. And what that means is, whereas before when there was a boom in consulting and there was a lot of work happening, people kind of had a say of the project that they could do, and in that case you can navigate a bit more early on, even as an analyst or a consultant, what type of project you want to do. Like for example, me, I'm really interested in media and entertainment, but it was a very small percentage of projects that I've done in media and entertainment in my 2.5 years in consulting, just because the work has not been there at the right time when I was available. So if you are very niched down early on, consulting might not be the right place for you. You'll just be frustrated because you're not able to get that thing early on and consistently. At the same time, if you're not willing to niche down later on, that might be a slight problem as well, because from my understanding, in my firm at least, and I assume in others, a few years in, once you've been promoted from analyst to consultant and then to senior consultant, you are supposed to kind of be known for a particular thing. So for me, I've been really trying to make my brand about culture and leadership work, because that's the stuff that I'm really interested in. So I've been trying to just basically speak as loudly as possible about that so that people know me for that thing. And you are supposed to do that a little bit of time in. If you're not willing to do that, if you want to stay very general, you might just have to figure out a way to find an overarching thing. It might not be an industry. For example, you might want to stay as flexible as possible across different industries and work with different sorts of companies and different clients, but you might have deep knowledge of a methodology, of a particular software tool, of a particular thing that just unites the things that you do. But staying completely generalist without anything to distinguish you, without any expertise at all, is not possible, I'd say, a few years in, because it it becomes part of your talent reviews that you need to have expertise in something. Number 4, and that one is very close to my heart. If you want predictable work-life balance, consulting might not be for you. And of course, it's going to depend on the firm. My firm has been better than I personally expected going into consulting. But that being said, I had very different work-life balance from project to project, and it depends on a lot of things. I have a video about this on my channel as well, where I talk about realistically what's work-life balance actually like. So I'm gonna link that in the description if you want to watch it. I've had very bad projects work-life balance wise, and I've had very good ones, but you cannot predict what it's going to be like until you get there. Of course, you can do your due diligence and you can ask people who have been on a particular client account and see what it's been like for them, but things change all the time, like I said. So if work-life balance is important to you, this might be a place, consulting that is, where you cannot predict how it's going to be from month to month, from project to project. Final number 5, consulting might not be for you. Most likely, if you don't enjoy being people-facing. Consulting firms are huge, so there's a lot of different stuff that you can do in there. But if you're in consulting in a client-facing role, you have to enjoy interacting with people and managing people relationships to some extent, whether you're introvert or an extrovert. Personally, I'm very introverted and I still enjoy the people-facing nature of it. I just need time to recharge after. Again, I have a video on this and what it's like being an introvert in consulting. I'm gonna link that below. But you have to enjoy the people element to some extent, otherwise consulting might just drain you. Now, the final part of this is what have I been struggling with, and let me tell you at least a few of these things, and I'm still in the job, it's still doable. It might still be the right step for you to go into consulting and to just try it out for the experience, for a name on your CV, or for very different reasons, for a network, to have very good friends at the end of it. For me, the 2 most difficult things, as I said, I know the things that I want to do, but I cannot do them consistently, and that is media and entertainment industry, culture work, leadership work. They've been the ones that I've enjoyed the most. They're the stuff that I'm really interested in, the stuff that I want on my CV for my future career, but I just can't do them consistently because at the moment I don't have as much say, and basically I have to go where the project is, where the demand is. And the final thing that has been probably the trickiest for me is work-life balance. I'm very, very, very passionate about work-life balance for 2 reasons. One is I think it's just generally incredibly important for everyone to have good mental health, and mental health and health generally comes above all else. No one's gonna die if you don't deliver a PowerPoint. Reason number 2 is personally I don't work well when I don't have work-life balance. I know that I don't show up as my best because my cup is not full. When I have to sacrifice personal things, my dancing, my friends, my social life. At the moment, I'm very lucky. I'm on an amazing project when it comes to work-life balance, but like I said, it's been very up and down. For now, I try and just hope for the best. I'm just crossing my fingers that as long as I'm in consulting, that I just get a bit of luck in that area, and I'll keep you posted. That's it from me. If you enjoyed this, if you find this helpful, please let me know. And also if you're in consulting, let me know any other points that should be in this video. It's not exhaustive list. I'm sure there's many more. I might also make a similar video about the things that mean that consulting is for you, the things that mean that you're a good fit for consulting. So kind of the counterpart to this video. Let me know if you'd be interested in that. And any other thoughts, questions, leave them in the comments. I'll see you in the next one.